Rufai Oseni of Arise TV finishes and exposes Reno Omokri for criticizing and doing this to P2B. Hello guys, welcome back once again to this YouTube channel. You know what Rufai Oseni did to Reno Omokri? I'm going to play the video so you can watch for yourself and listen attentively. You know, Reno Omokri have been ranting up and down because he collected small money from APC government to keep on attacking P2B. You know, he has been ranting that what did P2B do in Anambra State? That people should mention at least one school that P2B built from scratch and commission and this and that. You know, and people were just laughing at him. He didn't even know that he was showcasing his naive character and how naive he was. You know, P2B went first of all and told, you know, I did a video previously. In case you've not watched the video, go back. P2B did the video and told them why, as a matter of fact, he was focused more on renovating the existing buildings. P2B, before he left as the governor of Anambra State for 8 years, renovated more than 2,000 school buildings, and Anambra State became #1 in education and became one of the best in education. He asked something. Now, what is the point of building empty classrooms when the existing ones are very poor, when there are no good teachers, when there are no facilities in those schools? P2B said he ordered 30,000 HP laptops and gave it to schools, and each school had a borehole, each school had, you know, a generator and a power and supply system. Reno Omokri was busy talking about which school did P2B commission, forgetting that P2B gave all the schools back to mission schools, not just giving them. He gave them billions of naira on a yearly basis to renovate those schools. And remember, the money that P2B gave them to renovate those schools involved expansion, building of new classrooms and all that. But you know, P2B doesn't have time to reply faceless people like Reno Omokri, who is outside the country, living life and trying to, you know, destroy the reputation of a man that is trying to save Nigeria from sinking. Well, I'm going to play what Rufai Oseni of Arise TV said, you know, and how he defended Mr. P2B and exposed what's his name, Reno Omokri, and even Ruben Abati of Arise TV had to defend P2B and all that. You know, when you see a man, Reno Omokri, speaking from both sides of his mouth, you will know this was a man, Reno Omokri, this was a man that praised P2B, that said that P2B transformed the educational system in Anambra State. But because Tinubu government gave him peanuts, maybe gave him some dollars, he decided to open his mouth and talk carelessly. Well, I will play the video of Rufai Oseni. When we come back, we'll analyze every single thing that this Rufai Oseni said against Mr. Reno Omokri.
I know he has good intention, but let's fix that. As regards the second part, I think Peter Obi's records speak for itself. The biggest barometer to be able to test educational advancement, and I don't listen to faceless critics, you know, the biggest advancement to be able to test educational, you know, development is where were you on your WAEC ratings or your educational system ratings when he came in? They were 26th. And also now they went up to, I think, #2 or #1 in the country as at that time. And that's the greatest barometer. It shows that you've been able to equip the schools, revamp the schools. They don't want to talk about the thousands of schools he revamped. The refurbishment is not building. There were some schools that were sort of like built from scratch. There's some universities that were built. So it's not the time to listen to faceless critics. He got the job done in the educational sector. I am a witness to it, and I'll tell you, the educational commissioner then, I have had a lot of engagement with her. In fact, Microsoft used to call her consistently to forums that I was part of to come and tell the Anambra educational revamp story. In fact, I still have that professor's number on my phone if I check. And you can see how they were able to articulate precept by precept. I think it's a model people should learn about. And people should stop talking about faceless things that don't have empirical facts.
Oh, you're right, Rufai. Because
so from the video you just watched, you could hear Rufai Oseni praising Mr. P2B for everything that he did. Praising Mr. P2B that he was the one that revolutionized the educational system in Anambra State, that even the school now became, from 26th position, they became the second or the first position in the whole of the country. And apart from that, remember, I told you guys that the US agency started asking Africans to emulate the policy and the pattern that P2B used to improve the educational system in Anambra State. You know, Rufai Oseni is even asking that if P2B did not do anything in the educational sector, so how come that during his tenure, Anambra State became the #1 in Nigeria? How come during his tenure, even till today, Anambra State is topping the last JAMB results and everything? Anambra State always tops the list. To tell you that P2B's legacies and education legacies in Anambra State till date is still paying off. So you will see that Reno Omokri does not even have any single thing to say against P2B. He just came up and cooked up one nonsense story. You don't even have any yardstick. You're saying that P2B did not build any schools. What do you mean? P2B gave money for renovations of schools, and all the schools in Anambra State, about 2,000 of them were brought to standard, and some of them, their renovation involved, like I said before, a building of new structures and all that. But that is by the way. You know, when a lot of people saw what Rufai Oseni said to Reno Omokri, you know, they actually lent their voice, because a lot of people have known that Reno Omokri is a stomach infrastructure man. He's a man that has no principle. He's a man that has no moral ground. He's a man that if he contracts, he's just a contractor. He's just a political contractor. If you contract him to defame and demean a lot of persons, he will do it provided they are feeding and paying him well. People like Reno Omokri and Fanny Faye, okay, and Bayo Onanoga. These are same set of people that are in the same category. So this person said, Namumu, they listen to Reno. I tell you, I tell you, you just be so inferior of yourself to have Reno give you advice. And basically the truth. Now, many people, they listen to Reno Omokri. Anybody that has sense will not even dare listen to a lot of things that man is saying because he speaks from both sides of his mouth. Yesterday, I did a video showcasing you when he was insulting Bola Tinubu. Yes, he was saying that Tinubu is a drug lord and all that. And fast forward after the 2023 presidential election, when he saw that Atiku is no longer funding him, he needs to switch camp. He needs to feed his family. He needs to feed his family. He now ran back to Tinubu and started worshiping Tinubu. So Tinubu will actually be paying him, and that is what he's being paid for. This other person said, faceless Reno Omokri, simple. Someone who has caught Tinubu a drug lord and went to CSU to say he actually graduated, which you all know the fact. People are saying that this particular man shouldn't be trusted because he speaks from both sides of his mouth. People like him and Daniel Baula, a lot of them are in this same category. This person said, why build new schools when the old ones are not functioning? And this is basically the truth. Why build new roads when the already built ones are not accessible? P2B reconstructed all the schools in Anambra, equipped them. I was an eyewitness. You see, an eyewitness is talking about what P2B did and how he reconstructed all the schools and made them to become modern. What's the point when you have more than 1,000 schools that are in poor shape and you're expecting me to abandon those 1,000 schools and start building new structures and occupying lands when there are lands already where these schools are built, just that those schools are not up to standard? P2B has the model for education in the country. Well, on another developing story, when after this thing started happening, people now asked, Tinubu supporters, tell us and show us the schools that Tinubu built in Lagos State and what is the state of these particular schools. I can boldly tell you for free that Obedience went and dug out all the schools that are currently in Lagos and their shapes. As you can see, look at how badly managed these schools are. This is Lagos State, the state that has the highest IGR, in fact, the state that has been the capital for over how many years, the state that has a lot of preferential treatment in the country. But look at the state of education in their in the states. Just look at the pictures you can see on the screen. This is the state of education in Lagos State, and there is no time Lagos State has actually come first in anything. Anambra State is always coming first. You could see that a man like Tinubu did not leave any legacy. The legacy that he left is legacy of godfatherism in Lagos State, which is basically the truth. And they had the effort to look at the schools in Lagos State. You could see the name of this school. This school, the title, this school is Berola Memorial and Primary School. This is Lagos State. You could see how